Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 29th of October. So one day left before we have the FOMC meeting, which I'm sure the markets are waiting for to some degree to see more what's said than what's done. It's an expected 0.25% reduction in interest rates tomorrow, and it's expected from the Fed Watch data to be the last cut for some time now. It looks like people were expecting it to sit there at 1.75. So before then, of course, we've got quite a lot of data coming out tomorrow, not a lot today. So we'll see. We've got ADP non-farms tomorrow, GDP advanced, all sorts of data kicking through. Remember that it's, the US is only 4 hours difference at the moment, not 5. So things are slightly earlier. So 12:15 for the tomorrow, etc. for non-farms, etc. So anyway, today there's little out in terms of news. A bit of consumer confidence at 2 o'clock this afternoon instead of 3. That side of that, there's no real significant news due out. So what's so on the pound and the euro and etc. The euro to me still looks weak. That daily 21 forever looks like a bit of a target. It's not a million miles away. Someone could cough and it could accidentally go down there almost. Aside of that, maybe we'd see a sort of a move down towards the S1. Not overly convincing. The weekly S1, that being the daily S1's almost in spitting distance here. In fact, as I talk, it'll probably hit the S1. It's 4 pips or 5 pips away. You wouldn't believe this is a 60-minute chart and you're looking at such small movements. Okay, sorry, slight interruption there for my sound, but it was working. Whew. Anyway, so looking at the Eurodollar, as I said, I think we could see probably Friday's lows eventually reached here, maybe more. It's overall in this picture, looking at the 4 hourlies, lower highs, lower lows still coming through. We have got the weekly pivot above. Any surprise news may see that run into, but it sort of had its chance. It's air kissed it at the moment, and well, say air kissed it, it's missed it by a couple of pips, but it looks like a slow roll over here. Okay, the pound has gone into sort of chop zone in a sense, bullish engulfing almost yesterday, but then we're just dancing around at the moment, and there's so much uncertainty that it's starting to just go into a chop. I mean, yesterday we ended up being chops for ages at times, and well, it gets from one zone of chop to other zone of chop. Maybe best left alone today, he says. Hardly been able to leave it alone, but if you was looking on the downside, well, there's a trend line along the lows there. You could be drawn, break of that 60-minute 50, maybe still downside potential, but it's lost to me at the moment. Dollar yen, well, we finally hit that daily 200. I spoke about it yesterday, spoke about it in the trading room yesterday. Sitting it, having an effect of it at the moment. It's still got an untouched weekly pivot below. It's not a million miles away. We may get back down there, but we'll see. It may give us a trade later on. We got a bounce yesterday. Where was it? It was here, not here. Off its 4 hourly 21 there, it pushed up. It was actually hit the daily pivot. It shows it hasn't hit it, but it had actually hit it. We'll see from this hourly. It's got some divergence over the highs here, so on this hourly. So perhaps we'll have that bigger correction back towards that weekly pivot. We'll see, but it's certainly a possibility at the moment. But be wary, because the money's starting to, and we saw it yesterday when there was talks of the talks of the deal with China being nearer. There at 12 o'clockish, middayish, we saw that those comments push the yen back upwards, or the dollar yen, I should say, back upwards as money runs elsewhere. The beneficiaries of such moves is things such as the Aussie. Quite often, wouldn't believe it actually how things look all the time, but it did have a solid up day yesterday and is pushing up again today. I mean, if a deal's made, this is one of the currencies that could do well for a while. Maybe on the fact that the rumours of the deal being made, etc. Whether we'll see long-term continuation, we'll see. But this and the New Zealand dollar may be sort of short-term beneficiaries. Looking down to the 60-minute time frame where we're already through, it's R1 here pushing up. There is an untouched daily pivot below. May get back to that at some point. We'll see, but really I prefer to be on the long side almost, so would rather wait for a retrace to buy into than sell into it at the moment. I know I don't talk about the Canadian dollar much these days because it really upsets Rain, but I will just look at it and just to say, well, look, it's in a slow chop as opposed to a faster chop now. It's messy. There we go. There's Canadian dollar and the New Zealand dollar, because someone else suggested I should cover the New Zealand dollar, which I totally agree with at times. I'm looking at this and I was looking at more continuation, but for me it really needs to get through that weekly pivot now. It's struggling around this sort of area. Sold off from it, reaction, but if it starts pushing back, maybe I could be interested in a buy around about the 69.92 area ish, he says. Oh, maybe a bit before that, 9.1. But anyway, somewhere in that region. It had a decent sell-off yesterday, last week even. Yesterday saw it recover somewhat, but we'll just see how it reacts. And as I said, I really want it to push back up above that weekly pivot. It gets back above the weekly pivot, I'll be interested on the longer side of that. More swingy, short-term swing basis, looking at the bigger money flows. Okay, that's pretty much it today then. Just where we've already had the Reserve Bank of Australia Governor Lowe speaking. He's spoken this morning at 6:45. That's been done. We got consumers' confidence at 2 o'clock. I nearly said 3 then. 2 o'clock this afternoon, and that is it on the funny economics or fundamental economics, whichever you like to call it. So I wish you a great day. Bye for now.